Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Happy and Starbuck, taking place here on Shallow Grave. Starbuck spawning as the random orc player on the top left-hand side of the map, what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Hop, Skip, and a Jump only spawning location away. Happy spawning as the, well, let me fix the colors for some reason. There we go. Yellow undead. So it is going to be a pink orc versus a yellow undead here on Shallow Grave version 1.4. Thank you for tuning in, however you may be watching, however you may be listening. Hope you have a great morning, afternoon, and evening as this game takes place here. Hopefully it will be an entertaining game. Usually all of my games are entertaining me. Shout out to my replay picker. You know who you are. You've never asked for recognition, and I'm sure anyone who watches this channel regularly knows exactly who you are. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for, liking the videos that I make. That's really all I gotta say to that. Please has... I don't even know how to break down those syllables. Ple- Pletazioma. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering people's handles this morning. All right, Happy opening things up with a Lich first, experimenting with a Lich first and trying it out. We all know that Happy often goes for that undead, classic undead opening with that Death Knight followed by the Lich, and then perhaps a Dark Ranger, depending on the matchup, or a Naga Sea Witch. Fun fact: Happy isn't happy that he didn't win his 50th show cup. He won 49 times though. Wow, winning 49 times in a row and being disappointed, but going for 50. That number does mean something to a lot of to people out there. Acolyte gonna go ahead and get aggroed and taken out. Farseer now gonna make its way out across the map though. Does have two Spirit Wolves out and a Grunt making its way out across the map. Lich off on the other side of the map, opening things up, has sold his Scroll of Town Portal and is attempting to do a fast expand. All right, Forest Troll High Priest already taken down. Now all that is left is to take down the remaining units here. Farseer is going to quickly catch the Lich, trying to do a little bit of creeping. Grunt is off over here as well. Going to perhaps start knocking on that Ziggurat door as damage now going onto that Sasquatch. A lot of skeletal minions here. Lich wants to get up to level 2, desperately wants to try and get up that Dark Ritual. Gets Dark Ritual now, or should be getting Dark Ritual, and now should be able to land a decent number of Frost Novas. Spirit Wolves, however, are getting in a bit of damage. There's a summoning, as well as Happy purposely cancels one of the Ziggurats, knowing that the other Ziggurat is going to actually stay true and stay hold. Headhunter transition now, as we're looking at damage trying to rack up onto that poor Headhunter, trying to double back around, not get into harm's way, as the Farseer really retreating back, not getting all that much either. And we see a little bit more mana on that Lich. Lich picking up a second Rod of Necromancy. What Nerubian Tower there. Frost Nova onto the Farseer. Farseer down to 141 hit points already, as one more Icy Blast and a couple of auto attacks may be enough to finish off that Farseer, or at least stop all of this aggression. There's another Dark Ritual right there, as the Lich has enough mana for what is going to be an important Frost Nova if the time comes. Farseer has no experience so far in this fight. He hasn't gotten any kills, and he hasn't been able to stop Happy's aggressive play, or Happy's aggressive expansion either. Happy definitely handling this play by Starbuck here, as he now looks to retreat back. All right, another Dark Ritual once more. Lich up to 190 mana, resummoning those Spirit Wolves consistently. The Farseer does have a healing salve and also has a speed scroll. There is a big Icy Blast. Frost Nova goes down. However, that Headhunter able to retreat back nicely and easily. Voodoo Lounge being built right here in the middle of the map. And finally, we see Farseer on the board with a little bit of experience. Another Frost Nova goes down, and Lich gets a bit more experience again. All right, are we going to see more resummoning, trying to cancel those Spirit Wolves? Resummoning the Spirit Wolves to deny that little bit of experience. Happy down to 18 mana, but still has another full Rod of Necromancy charge ready to go, as the Haunted Gold Mine is halfway done. back off to the north. Tech to tier 2 is now done. Are we going to see a Fire Lord? Yes, we are going to see a Fire Lord. I was expecting a Fire Lord if Starbuck is trying to go for this heavy aggressive style play with a Voodoo Lounge at the tavern. That Fire Lord can easily get quite a bit more mana, as we're going to be looking at Lava Spawns there. So Lava Spawns trying to counteract the Icy Blast of that Frost Nova, as the Lich is now low on mana. The Lava Spawns could, well, start to split quite nicely, as Starbuck now coming in with an aggressive towering attempt as well. We are at tier 1. No sign of any demolishers, obviously, as we are not at, well, tier 2 for those slaughterhouses. Lava Spawn, another Lava Spawn could be placed down here. A second Nerubian Tower trying to get trained up, as the Lava Spawn now trying to retreat back here. Second Lava Spawn, is it going to be thrown down? That is the question. Lava Spawn quickly going to get surrounded there. There's that new Lava Spawn once more, as Starbuck is now out of mana on that Fire Lord. One Lava Spawn down, a new Lava Spawn there to take its place. It needs to keep its distance. Ghouls making sure to, well, prioritize a higher threat target that could get stronger and stronger, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Lava Spawn just trying to hang back here, but by going after the Lava Spawns, well, the guard towers or the watchtowers may end up being fine. Now, we are a lot of ghouls down here to the south here. More Fire Lord pressure coming back across. Not much experience, as the Lich is still only sitting at level 2. There's a Dark Ritual there to try and deny a bit of experience. Nerubian Towers are, well, firing back here pretty consistently, as the Headhunters and the Grunts are now looking to retreat back. There goes a Frost Nova onto a Headhunter there, completely suspecting that damage, but unable to do very much about it. Right, Lava Spawn down to 46, going to get taken down. One more shot. There it goes. Lich getting very close now, dangerously close to level 3, as the third guard tower or watchtower is getting into play. Demolisher now joining in on the battle as well. Gonna start attacking the ground here. Double watchtowers could spell lots of problems, as the ghouls are now gonna try and rush towards this position and try and take down these watchtowers here. All right, Lava Spawns would have been a perfect situation here, while your target is getting hit by something else, as the well, peons are trying to repair here as much as possible. Farseer trying to finish things up. The watchtower is taken down. Remember, those are watchtowers, not they do not have fortified armor, as the units are now trying to retreat back once more again. Demolisher is looking to retreat back. There's a lot of low hit point units off over here. A second Demolisher, oh no, it looked like a second Demolisher attack was able to get within that range. Yeah, the Demolisher off to the north here, able to get that damage through and lob those attacks once more. All right, units still trying to retreat back. More damage here. That Demolisher down to 36 hit points. Ghouls are still trying to give chase, as well. The Demolisher says, sure, you can go ahead and chase after my brother. I am going to be joining back in on the fight again and continuing to put down all of this pressure. All right, 2 watchtowers trying to be rebuilt once more. 39 supply compared to 33. Happy could be in a little bit of trouble, as Happy's new base Happy's expansion may become his new base here, as well. If he is going in, if Starbuck's going in all in on this base, he can just try and build another base off to the north. Crypt Fiends are joining in on the battle here. Lich actually taking quite a bit of damage, as the Spirit Wolves are getting into harm's way, able to cause a bit of pathing, as we see a Ritual Dagger going down onto the Lich there. Crypt Fiend now going after the Demolisher. Peons are going to try and repair as well, as the Fire Lord and the Farseer is already at level 2. Fire Lord trying to get to level 2 once more, as the Lich is still, well, was doing a little, I thought was trying to do a little bit of healing there, finally able to get off a skeletal minion there. Demolisher is continuing to attack back once more. Demolisher is trying to take down these Nerubian towers. Only one Demolisher, so my apologies for plural. That's what I'm working on with my oldest and second daughter, actually. Coming back through, Peon still repairing once more. Demolisher needs to retreat back here, as the Grunts are now, well, putting pressure onto the Crypt, trying to make sure that, well, there's not that many new production units or army units out here onto the battlefield. All right, Crypt Fiend trying to go after Spirit Wolf trying to go after the Crypt Fiend there. Second Demolisher out here onto the battlefield. Lich does not have enough mana, as one Demolisher does get bursted down, and now this Watchtower could get bursted down as well. No, holds 2 at, well, nope, was down to 5 hit points, was going to get repaired back up, and now more units still making their way back out onto the battlefield. 2 Demolishers here, able to lob attacks into the, well, right in between these 2 Nerubian towers, and we may end up seeing one tower down. Another tower may end up getting destroyed as well. No, that is a lot of Acolytes repairing that building right there. And you can see how much gold is just constantly being invested. Once more, Crypt Fiends are coming back in from the north, trying to split things a little bit more as the Crypt Fiends are still engaging back onto this side as well. Crypt Fiends now trying to make their way back on through. Are we going to see some dead Crypt Fiends here in just a moment? No. Well, one more final attack could have been enough. Down to 7 hit points. Ends up surviving as the Fire Lord is at level 2, and the Grunts are now trying to retreat back here. Crypt Fiends continuing to fire back. Farseer does not have enough mana for Chain Lightning, but the Crypt Fiend numbers are getting impressive. 50 over 50 supply. Remember, Happy still has that expansion at that 3 o'clock location as a Crypt Fiend finally gets taken down. All right, more peons need to come back out of those watchtowers and then start repairing these demolishers if something's going to happen here. Double watchtowers here, more repairs getting underway. Farseer now trying to retreat back, and you can see a round of attacks now coming back on through. Spirit Wolves really should have been trying to dive on in to those Crypt Fiends as the Farseer staying at level 2 as the Fire Lord looks to pick up some items and deliver them onto the battlefield. All right, Demolisher making its way back across here. Spirit Wolf about to get taken down. Watchtowers looking to completely poke apart these bases here as we see multiple Acolytes still repairing this Nerubian tower and trying to fend things off. Grunt right there. Healing salves galore coming back around. Firelord coming back. There's a big Frost Nova as well, stopping much of that healing. Spirit Walkers now with Spirit Link to try and, well, spread apart much of that damage as the Demolishers are still lobbing attacks here onto that Nerubian tower. Meanwhile, Lich and Crypt Fiends battling it off to the side here. The units are going to try to finally retreat back as we may see another Grunt getting taken out. More Crypt Fiends out here onto the battlefield, and this is the problem with Lich first. You just don't get as much mileage out of your units as the Grunt survives at 3 hit points. All right, this base off to the north. Crypt Fiend's going to continue to put in pressure. There goes another Crypt Fiend down here as the Demolishers are still attempting to just take down this one Nerubian tower. It is absorbing a lot of the gold invested in as the Crypt Fiend does end up getting taken down by a last hit from a Spirit Wolf. All right, more Dark Ritual coming back through. All of these Headhunters need to find a way to get healed. Lich has wants them to group up nicely and land a very nasty Frost Nova as we do see the Watchtowers now with the reinforced defenses making that Crypt Fiends, greatly diminishing the amount of damage that Crypt Fiends and the hero is able to deal back. This is all taking place off of one base again, as the Demolishers are just lobbing attacks against that Necropolis as more watchtowers are getting into position. 55 supply compared to 50. Happy is on one or two bases right now. This pretty much looks like his expo. Not very much going on here. Altar of Darkness was taken down. Perhaps a new Altar of Darkness will be placed down here, as well as the Lich, comes across, finds the Demolishers. One Demolisher going to easily get destroyed here. A second Demolisher could easily get destroyed as well. Are we going to see that down to 93 hit points? One or two more attacks. No more trailing Crypt Fiend attacks as the peons are now coming back over to repair. Firelord coming in to engage. Farseer still sitting at level 2. Lich now getting up to level 4 as we see a big Frost Nova land on all of those targets. Now remember, the Lich, if it wants to, could actually Dark Ritual a Crypt Fiend and pretty much get back up to full mana instantaneously for more Frost Novas, even though that is a rather expensive unit to lose. Demolisher still getting in some attacks here. Units are going to try to come back around from the north side, and, it does not look good for that northern Crypt Fiend now going after a second round of Crypt Fiend's Frost Nova. I haven't seen actual damage there. There's the Frost Nova coming back through. Another Crypt Fiend going to fall here in just a moment. There goes another one, as well as the Firelord is trying to clean things up. More reinforcements coming in as well. 52 supply compared to 47 as another Crypt Fiend about to fall. All right, still no level up on the Farseer and that Firelord as they're trying to keep things at bay, and the Crypt Fiend's able to poke back, but the guard towers are still, watchtowers, are still poking quite a bit of damage. New Voodoo Lounge being placed down as Starbuck realizes walking back and forth is not, very conducive of how to spend his time. He needs to keep the pressure on, otherwise Happy will be able to bounce back with that economic advantage. New Demolisher now coming in from the north. Crypt Fiends trying to poke down this here. Watchtower is under constant repair, holding steady at 50 hit points. No, gonna get taken down here. There's a dark ritual or dark ritual there as we're still fighting our way through. One watchtower down, but that was the most furthest one from all of the action, as the watchtowers down to the south are able to still get quite a bit of damage in. Farseer, Firelord trying to finish off another Crypt Fiend, unable to do exactly that. Dual Crypts, cranking out those Crypt Fiends, keeping steady on supply. Happy's macro and micro working together here to hold off this attack. All right, more damage still raging and racking up here. Units trying to retreat back. Demolishers getting into a position where perhaps they can finally take down one of the Nerubian towers or something else. Another lava spawn about to get taken down as the Lich is halfway to level 5. Farseer and Firelord still sitting at level 2. And while the Lich is inching closer to level 5, but this wall of towers may be far too much. All right, trying to rack up more damage again. Demolisher perhaps should actually be going after the Acolytes, as a third Demolisher shows up to the party. That should be more than enough to take down this base and then perhaps change locations. There goes another Headhunter taking down their Lich, continuing to use those Dark Rituals pretty aggressively. More Headhunters joining in the fight. 53 supply compared to 48. Army size actually slightly advantageous for Happy at this point, as we're looking at the Demolisher attempting to take down that Nerubian tower down to the south. All right, Nerubian tower, also going after the Necropolis. Both buildings are taking quite a beating as the Acolytes are still on massive repair. Very rarely do you see 14 workers for an undead player, as the Demolishers are still trying to take down these buildings. We're finally into the red zone here on that Necropolis. 3 Demolishers and a bunch of watchtowers slowly picking away at this Necropolis here. Necropolis about to fall, and once that building is gone, you can start to try and rush the actual gold mine and remove the economic advantage. With that said, though, there is not much economic advantage available, as the main gold mines are pretty much down to about 4 minutes of mining. So we need to see Starbuck finish out this game in the next 4 minutes or so, as the Death Knight now comes back out onto the battlefield. Death Knight out onto the battlefield because of the upgrade to Halls of the Dead over there at the expansion location, as the buildings and demolishers are starting to fall. Lich sitting at level 5 here, going to turn back around, perhaps get in a couple of easy blaster. There's a Death Coil for the Crypt Fiend. There's a save, and now Starbuck is in trouble. Starbuck going to be losing some grunts here and a bunch of additional units, as the Crypt Fiends are now starting to push back. 58 supply compared to 36. And even if Starbucks sets up an expansion down here, he'll only have 3,000 gold out of that gold mine, and Happy comes away with the victory. That building of the Necropolis at the expansion, that upgrade to Halls of the Dead, and the sudden appearance of the Death Knight, finally Happy able to get his feet back underneath him and play his style of game. It looked as though things was not looking good for Starbuck, but Starbuck, never count out Happy in a fight like that. That economic advantage, mass units, and even though I think just better control of the units overall, the overall score doesn't show how great that game really was. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments below.